If you're interested in learning all that West Palm Beach, Florida is all about, if that's the case, then this video is for you. So in this video, we're gonna look at the heart of downtown West Palm Beach. We're gonna look at Rosemary Square. We're gonna look at Clematis Street. We're gonna look at the beach, so stick around. What's up there, everybody? My name is Ray Fernandez. I am with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by EXP Realty. And today we're going to check out West Palm Beach, Florida. If this is the first time you are here and you want to know all there is to live, learn, eat, everything there is about Palm Beach County, well, this is the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell so you get notified each time I put out videos. I put out new videos every single week. We get calls from so many of you looking to relocate here to this beautiful part of the world, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about relocating to here in sunny South Florida, please reach out. You can either call or email me. Information is below. Another great way is by clicking on that link in the description and in the comments. I'll pin it to the top. That's a great way to set up either a phone call or a Zoom call. In any case, I got your back when relocating to here, Palm Beach County and South Florida. So this is where I usually like to park. It's the name of the street is Sepodia. I think that's how it's pronounced. And the reason why I do that is that you can see my car's right there. It's easy to get metered parking. It's cheaper to park here in downtown West Palm Beach by the meter here than it is to go into the garage center they have in Rosemary Square. Over here they have some great condos. It's called the Courtyards. I've looked in there. I've shown homes in there before. They're nice. They're very. If you look to purchase, they're very inexpensive. But the HOA, the maintenance is the HOA fee is a little bit on the higher side. They do have a lot of nice amenities in there. They have a pool area, like right out in there in that courtyard area there. They have a pool area, and it's a great social scene. And you're near everything in Rosemary Square as well, so can't beat that. Over here is the school. It's called Dreyfus School of the Arts. I wonder if you could point that out. So if you have a son or daughter who's into like dance or theater or singing and music, any of that good stuff, this is the school you want to go. So if you're wondering about the school programs here in Palm Beach County, reach out. As I mentioned, Dreyfus is a magnet school for a student in the arts. The school below, it's a high school. The school below it, the middle school, is called Bach Middle School. Actually, my daughter goes there for dance, but you have to sort of compete and apply for it. But the good news about it is you don't have to necessarily be districted. You don't have to be necessarily districted for that school. So as an example, both my kids, they're about 45 minutes away from their school, and they're able to attend. And I'm a big proponent of picking the right school and then figuring out how to get there. Now we are in the heart of downtown West Palm Beach. This area is called Rosemary Square. A lot of the locals still know it as City Place, as they rebranded this center about probably 2 years ago now, and they call it Rosemary Square. We do think of downtown West Palm Beach as Clematis Street, but really the center of downtown West Palm Beach really is Rosemary Square. And when they redid this area, this was all different. They had a different kind of fountain than they have here now, but I think they did a fantastic job. If you come here on the weekends, you'll see the kids playing in the fountain, and they create these disappearing walls with the fountain, with the fountains, and the kids play in there. If you get a chance, check out my video on Rosemary Square. I filmed that one during a Saturday during the day. You can see there's a lot that goes on here. this is the lawn that people hang out. So if you live locally here in downtown West Palm Beach, and particularly if you live here in some of the condominiums like we see up there, those are condominiums right up there. If you live in there, you'll come down here for Saturdays and Sundays. They'll have over here, they'll have music. They'll play music Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday, the same thing. I believe they do it Friday nights as well. And people bring their lawn chairs out right here. They watch the fountain and listen to the music. A great way to spend a Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. So this is the back end of the Harriet Himmel Theater. Also below here is a restaurant called Il Bellagio. It's one of the more popular restaurants here in Rosemary Square in downtown West Palm Beach. It's Italian food, and I've eaten there many times. I like the food's good, but I think it's more about the atmosphere. As you can see, people eat outside, and that's the thing, especially in the wintertime here in Palm Beach County. And so this is where they have all the boutiques and so forth. You got H&M over here. You got Lululemon coming up. So they seem to do pretty well over here. In this square, some of the places that have not done well over the course of the last 2 years are some of the restaurants. Up on this, we'll go up there later. Up there, there were some restaurants that couldn't survive once COVID hit. Now we're seeing some new restaurants come back, which is a really positive sign. So what they do when a place doesn't make it, they'll put these up. Unfortunately, it looks great, but it's just a sign that this place is changing ownership or has gone out of business. But I know one of the issues had been with some of the commercial spaces here. The rent is just too high. There was one of my favorite restaurants up there. It's called Baruzzi, pizza joint with beer, which is you can't go wrong with that, right? And they did well. They were always packed. But when they went into business, there was an article in the Palm Beach Post, our local newspaper, that they had to leave because the rent at that was a prime location. It's right next to where City Cellar is now. The rent there was $53,000 a month. How many pizzas can you sell to make up $53,000 a month? Never mind paying your employees and everything else. So here we have an LA Fitness, and I've gone to this LA Fitness. It's actually, they got everything. It's one of the largest LA Fitnesses that I've ever seen, period. So if you live in the downtown area, if you live in the city, in I spot it's called City Place, the Rosemary Square area, and you're into fitness, that's a place I would definitely consider. I see these restaurants going in a lot now. It's called BurgerFi. This restaurant, it's a little bit early now for lunch, but it's about 11 o'clock. But around noon, this place will be pretty full. So over here we have a restaurant called the Regional. There's been a couple restaurants in this spot. There was one of my favorite was a restaurant called Columbia. It was Spanish style restaurant. If you're not familiar with Florida, there's a bunch of them around the state of Florida. They started in the Tampa area, and it's exquisite. If you like paella, oh my God, they make some of the best paella I've ever had. Over here we have one of the other condominiums called the Tower Condominium. When I've been looking at homes for clients, I find this one to be quite affordable, and it's in a great area. It's close to everything. This area is just so walkable. So they have these steakhouses all around the country. Not sure if they have them where you are, but they're really good. It's called the Ruth's Steakhouse. From what I understand, they cook it with butter, which makes the difference. I know we had it when I lived in Manhattan. I lived in New York. We had this steakhouse, and in fact, it was right across the street from my office, and we went there all the time. So now I'm on the corner of Rosemary Avenue This is sort of like the start of Rosemary Square and Okeechobee Boulevard. That's this road right behind me here. Okeechobee Boulevard is the main thoroughfare through West Palm Beach. It'll be one of your accesses to go over the bridge to go to Palm Beach Island, to go to the beach and all that kind of stuff. This is this condo behind me it's a city tower, high end, really high end, great location. As you can tell, you're close to the beach. You practically walk to the beach. You're close to all the amenities that Rosemary Square has and everything in downtown West Palm Beach. That right there is the way to the ocean. This is Okeechobee Boulevard, and you can see there's lots of high, very tall, I should say, condominiums in between here, Rosemary Square and the Intercoastal going into the ocean. So it's one of the options when you come to Rosemary Square. Like I said, I parked on the street, but a lot of people, if you're in a rush, whatever, and you just want a nice, elegant night out, they have valet available for people, and they'll park your cars for you. So here we have the Kravitz Center for Performing Arts. So if you're into like Broadway plays and things like that, this is the place for you. Also, they have like my daughter sang here. My daughter's part of a program called the Young Singers, and every year they do their ending, their last act here at the Kravitz Center. But if you're used to if you're a theater person like Broadway, they have the season here. So all the same plays that play in Manhattan, they have here. And obviously not as famous as the Majestic Theater with Phantom of the Opera in Manhattan, but the quality's awesome. The quality is terrific. I've seen also the Nutcracker. The other thing about this area is downtown West Palm Beach in the holidays. There's nothing better, because you got to understand that it's cold everywhere else in the country, but here in Florida, this part of Florida, it's beautiful. I mean, we'll walk around; it'll be like 75 degrees. And they have a lot of stuff going on in the holidays. The wishing tree, I'll show you that in a minute. I'm not sure if you've seen it already. The wishing tree is all lit up. They do like a music show to the lights. The lights all flicker different colors and so forth. Downtown West Palm Beach, Clematis, they have a great Christmas show in all month of December. This right here is a restaurant. I've never actually been in this place. It's relatively new. It's called the Food Kitchen. So as you can see, there they have outside tables. I notice also lots of times you'll see some of the people here doing it as well. I noticed that a lot of times you'll have people just coming to the plaza and just sort of hang out. They'll go to Starbucks. They'll grab their coffee and just hang out at some of the tables that they have out here, such as you see here. So this right here is the wishing tree. Don't know how obvious it is to you from there, but it's completely artificial. What they do at night is they'll light the tree up, and they'll have lights. It'll be all lit up, and they have it set to music. It's electronically set to music. Christmas time is we get a lot of traffic through here on in that season, the month of December. This place is nuts. And what they'll do is they'll play Christmas music, and they'll do it to the lights there. The other thing they do, and I think it's on the hour. They at that time of season, you don't think it snows down here? Well, it does, artificially at least. So they have a snow show. It snows in Rosemary Square on the hour, starting from like 7 o'clock every night in December. So instead of parking in the street, if you want to make it convenient, this is where a lot of people park. They call it this one's called the Hibiscus Garage. You can literally just park your car right here, right there, and just come right into the heart of Rosemary Square. Very convenient. A little bit more money, but it's very convenient. So at the most eastern end of the second floor here at Rosemary Square, you have this is probably my very favorite theater to watch a movie. It's an AMC theater, for whatever it's worth. What I like about it, it's very comfortable, and if I come here and I don't know what I want to watch exactly, there's a lot to choose from. Let me go over here and show you a little bit. So when my kids want to go see a movie, and I probably watch more kids movies than I watch adult movies these days, but we'll lots of times want to take them here. You have a fish restaurant, oyster restaurant. This place over here, Cooper Blues, is a very popular place. If you come here on the weekends, they'll have performers out here on this small plaza. They'll be playing music, and people will be sitting around, and it's one of those. It's a pub, so people have their beers and all that good stuff. Also over here, if you want a good night out, you're living in West Palm. Even someone like myself, I live about a little bit over 10 miles from here, and I want a good night out. I'm gonna consider going to the place like this. I'm gonna consider going to Rosemary Square and West Palm Beach for sure. But this is an improv, so they have like stand-up comedians and all that kind of good stuff there. So over here we have the Harriet Himmel Theater. It's another place where they do productions. I mean, it's not like the Broadway play production per se, but they'll have events in there and theater type of events. And they also have there's a church here called in the local area called Christ Fellowship. It's a non-denominational church, and they have their services there on Sunday rather. So this area here, you can see they demolished it. It used to be big. This field here was all big building. This was the flagship Macy's, believe it or not. Even before COVID, it had gone out. I guess the planners felt that this was a better project. So here they have coming in 2023. It's live in the heart of Rosemary Square, 575 Rosemary, and they're rentals. So it's going to be a place where if you want to be near everything and you don't want to purchase, it's a place to consider. So this was all buildings all back here, and now that's going to be big rental complex. So now I'm walking down. I just left the heart of Rosemary Square, and I'm walking down Rosemary Avenue, and I'm walking, I should say, east. So you'll see some more condominium buildings here as well. But this building just going up right here is a brand new commercial space. They started building it around the end of the beginning, I should say, of the winter last year, and it looks like it's almost complete. I mean, there's a lot of things that this area really needs. I talked before, a hotel would definitely do well here, but commercial space like that, I mean, that's going to hold a lot of businesses. It really is. Now up here, you'll see lots of spaces up there. That's primarily commercial as well. So if you want to do like rent an office space, let's say you're a financial advisor and you want to rent office space, that's a great place to consider. There's a lot of places. So if you're a small business and you want to be in the heart with a address downtown West Palm Beach, I would check it out. Let me know if I could help. So here we have brand new. This is and it looks gorgeous. Brand new apartment building here. This street is we're on Rosemary Avenue still, but this is Avernia, and this building here just went up, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a great location. You're almost you're closer, a little bit closer to Rosemary Square than Clematis Street, but you're sort of in the middle of both. So this restaurant right here is called Pura Vita Miami, which is pure life. That's something you hear if you ever go to Costa Rica. That's a term that they use there a lot. It's a healthy, it's Latin food, as you can imagine by the name, but it's considered very healthy. So if you want like a healthy Latino type salad or something like that, that's the place to go. So here is a perfect example of how they use Rosemary Square. It's considered mixed use. So as you can see up above here, those are residents. So people live up there. And then down here you have all the boutiques and shops here along the square. Next stop, Clematis Street. Clematis Street is the heart of downtown West Palm Beach. Rosemary Square, it feels like it, but they're literally right next to each other. They're adjacent to each other. I'm at Rosemary Square and Clematis, which I think is a really great location. And this is one of my favorite condos right here. That's 610 Clematis Street. And so if you want to be in the middle of everything, this is the location you want. So if I go down this way here, that leads me to City Place. And we're already on Clematis Street, but the heart of Clematis Street is down this way. So if you want to be in the heart of everything, this is where you want to start. So you'll find the upper part of Clematis Street. I call it the upper part. The part that's furthest away from the Intercoastal is a little bit more artsy. As you can see behind me here and over here, it's sort of like an empty lot, but they have a lot of paintings and drawings on the street in this part of Clematis Street. So it's a little bit early. It's about 12 noon here on Thursday, so there's not many people here, but oftentimes, especially on the weekends, you'll see people hanging out here for coffees and just hanging out and eating. This right here is called Subculture. It's a coffee shop. It's one of those unique coffee shops. If you're not, Starbucks is great and all, but if you want something a little bit more unusual, in fact, they have other stuff in there such as beer and wine and all kinds of unusual things to eat. So this is one of my favorite places to stop here on Clematis Street in downtown West Palm Beach. You'll see along Clematis, there's a few parking garages. This one's called the Clematis Parking Garage. They make it rather easy. I always bring a lot of quarters with me because you can always park in the street. Very economical, but on Clematis, I find the best thing to do is just park in one of those parking garages. It's in fact slightly cheaper than if you were to use a meter on the street. So if you live downtown here in downtown West Palm Beach, you'll be familiar with this. This is we have City Hall, we have a library. It's sort of the government center here in really for the whole county of Palm Beach County. So here we have a pretty busy corner. This is Clematis and Olive. Over here we have the restaurant Duffy's. Here we have Rocco's Tacos. You'll see the sign, that's Clematis by night. I think it's the third Thursday of every month, they do an event. I'll take you down there in a second. It's on the sort of like in the square past the fountain, and they have live music, and a lot of the people who live locally here in downtown West Palm Beach will come, and just a very festive atmosphere. Here you have Centennial Fountain. Down here it's called Centennial Park. If you come here during the Christmas season, this whole place down here will be packed. It'll be crazy. Down that way, if you look at one of my previous videos, it's Clematis at night or Christmas in West Palm Beach. They put up a huge sand castle. So instead of a Christmas tree, they put up a sand castle, and her name is Sandy. And music comes out, and she sings as if the sandcastle is alive. Sandy the Sandcastle, or Sand Tree, I should say. That's a view of Clematis all the way looking on from the bottom of Clematis. This area here, during the season, as you can tell, there's lots of room. They have a terrific, really good farmers market. I think last I remember the count was 95 vendors, and they'll come out and they'll do games and stuff like that. But if you want to come and pick up some fruits, vegetables, and all kinds of breads and all kinds of foods, this is where they do it. And unfortunately, they don't keep it going all year long. It stops like around April when our season ends, but it's a great place. It's a great place to come. I love farmers markets. It's in the morning. We have farmers markets all around Palm Beach County, which is really nice. But this one is the best one. It's got the most vendors. It's got a lot to do. And the good thing, if you come here if you come to downtown West Palm Beach on a Sunday, parking's free. So what we'll do is we'll go up to the parking garage, park our car, and just leave it and walk down here and check out all they have going on in this area. This is where they do the Clematis at night. They'll get a band, and usually it's not like it's older music. It's 70s, 80s, that kind of music, rock and roll, and they'll play here. And out in this way, there'll be old people hanging around, blankets, lawn chairs, and stuff, and they'll actually use this right here as a dance. It's a lot of fun. I come down here. I like to film and just check out everything that's going on down here. So this whole area down here, they call it Centennial Square. I always find downtown West Palm Beach a great place to take your family. It's a great night out. There's always stuff to do here. For night, it's great if you want to do a date night and go to some sort of event, the Improv, or out to dinner for sure. There's lots of great restaurants. So I've always liked downtown West Palm Beach quite a bit. So over here, back here, you can see we have several boats that are docked. They have every year they do a Palm Beach International Boat Show. You'll have people bringing the biggest yachts in the world here that they'll be docked here. Like $20 million boat type of stuff. I mean, these are nothing to sneeze at right now either, but if you come for the boat show, it's luxury is spares no expense. When we talk about the farmers market, this is where they do it. It's a nice green lawn. If you come here, also I noticed on Saturdays or Sundays, under that tree right there, you'll see a lot of people. They'll just hang out for the day, especially like on a Saturday morning. It's one of those things they do. Just like when I was talking, if you see my Delray Beach video, the people hang out on the beach to watch the sunrise. These people hang out there for just to enjoy the morning day. So I have noticed in the last year or so, they've been doing a lot of building here in downtown West Palm Beach. We have some residential towers and so forth, but they also have some established commercial buildings. Over here, you see that black building. They call it the Darth Vader building. That's a big commercial space. If you're looking for some place, if your business is looking for something like a executive suites in the heart of downtown West Palm Beach, I would try that place out. It's hard to see it from here, but way off in the distance, you'll see a couple of towers up there. They represent the Breakers. Breakers is like the hotel for the rich and famous. So you'll see lots of times the celebrities will come here, especially during season. Hotel rooms are like crazy, $500 a night type of stuff, maybe more. So if lots of times we'll see press releases of people going to the Breakers and staying in the hotel during the season, which are, as I mentioned before, our season runs from about mid October to the end of April. That's one of the places they go. We like to go there. I like to go there they have a great breakfast. They have great restaurants on the premises. So what I've done is I've just gone up to the hotel, valeted my valeted my car at the parking, and just walk around. And lots of times just go to the restaurant. It's a fun day, so you don't have to necessarily stay there in order to enjoy all that the Breakers has to offer. As you see, some of the smaller boats are mooring here, and also they have jet skis, they have kayaks and so forth. If you're into that, I mean, if you're into water sports, there's no place better than this area here in West Palm Beach, Florida. So here is one of my favorite restaurants here in downtown West Palm Beach. It's called E.R. Bradley's. You could choose. It's sort of it's outdoor dining. A lot of great fish on the menu. But if you don't like fish, if fish is not your thing, there's plenty of other stuff here as well. And it's right across the street from the Intercoastal at the bottom of Clematis Street. So this area is also the site of what they call Sunfest. So it's like around the world they have this events called for May Day, May 1st. Here locally in the West Palm Beach area, we have Sunfest. We'll have some big bands. Usually they get about a dozen bands, and it'll go from like Thursday through the weekend. And they'll rope, people buy tickets, they'll rope this whole area off, and you're there for the music, you're there for the entertainment and the food, of course. This is the area, the primary area where they do Sunfest. In fact, this is the amphitheater they use for some of the bigger bands. I mean, Daughtry was here. Some of the bigger bands. I can't think of the names off the top of my head, but you can look it up. Just go to sunfest.com. Recent years, last 2 years, because of COVID, they had to cancel it, unfortunately. So we're hoping this coming year, in 2022, we can successfully have our next Sunfest. As you can see there, the farmers market's actually not on Sunday, it's on Saturdays. Farmers markets run from October through May, from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, down at the bottom of Clematis in Centennial Square. So just adjacent to West Palm Beach is the island of Palm Beach. It's where we are today. I love to come here for the sunrises. They have terrific sunrises. Today it's a little bit overcast, and you can tell in the distance it's actually rather stormy out here. When I was traveling out here from out west, I noticed that there was some issues with the weather. It's cleared up a little bit, but look at the fierceness of the ocean today. The Atlantic Ocean is singing her song. So Palm Beach Island is very, very seasonal. The population during the year is about 9,000 people, but during the season, meaning from October till through April, it swells to over 25,000. So technically, it's almost tripled in population this season. If you were to come here on this beach during the season, you'd see a lot more people watching the sunrise. This is one of the best places in Palm Beach County to watch the sunrise. The way you get here from West Palm Beach is you just take the main road through West Palm Beach is Okeechobee Boulevard. And you take this all the way to the end, right till you get to the ocean. Right off the ocean here is Ocean Boulevard. I want to point out these condos here. As you might see, some of them are shuttered up. So here it is, it's October 1st, 2021. About 2 or 3 weeks from now, those shutters will be coming down because the season here in Palm Beach will have begun. This is one of the best beaches I find to bring family. Parking can be a little bit challenging on the street. They do have metered parking, but you have to sort of get here early. If you come around noon on a Saturday, it could be quite challenging to park. However, if you're like myself, who like to come early morning for the sunrise, like before 8 o'clock, you can park on the street on Ocean Boulevard relatively easy, and you don't pay. One of the best things about living in West Palm Beach is that you can literally just walk to this beautiful ocean. You have those places of City Place, of Clematis, the beauty of all the activity that goes on there, but you can literally just walk right over the bridge along Royal Palm Way, which, by the way, there's lots of financial services and banks and all that. That beautiful strip, Royal Palms coming down, and it leads you to this. The beauty of the Atlantic Ocean here in Palm Beach. So right off Ocean Boulevard here on Palm Beach Island is the world famous Worth Avenue. So Worth Avenue is like the Fifth Avenue of Palm Beach. It's like the Rodeo Drive of Palm Beach. The shops down here are exquisite. They have very high-end boutiques and so forth. If you come here to the island for Christmas time, right down the way here, they have a beautiful Christmas tree, and they do a Christmas tree lighting ceremony, and this whole area, because everyone's in town for the season, is quite active. So people come in and watch the tree, come for the tree lighting. I was here last year, though, this past year, on New Year's Day, walking this road exactly, Worth Avenue, and there was a lot going on. People were just walking the streets, and there were some shops open and so forth. But this is the most famous street in Palm Beach, Worth Avenue. So the weather's picked up here on Palm Beach. The storms that were just small, a little short while ago, are now picked up. So this is weather in Palm Beach. We get out of nowhere. We'll get violent weather. I had to leave the beach because the weather the rain just came coming down, and so here I am. As you can see here, it's pretty nasty back that way, and over here there's patches of blue sky. That's weather for you in Palm Beach. On Worth Avenue and on Ocean Boulevard, this is the corner here, we have the world famous clock tower. It's the symbol of Palm Beach.